How to let go of somebody you love. Welcome back to the Mind Council. My name is Sun Soo B, and today I'm going to be explaining to you how you can let go of somebody that you care about and want to get over. Relationships are complicated at the best of times, so when things go wrong and relationships break down, hearts can be broken and we can become desperate in order to try and fix them. We look for solutions, and often these solutions are linked back to the person who caused our heartbreak to begin with. Now, these solutions can come in many different forms, and some of these can include closure. And by closure, I mean we contact them or ask them for closure and try and figure out what happened, what made them walk away, or even if we initiated the breakup, what we could have done differently or what maybe they could have done differently to make things work. We try to rationalize, but we are still stuck in our feelings for them. And this is the biggest problem. Sometimes we even reach out to this person. We try and get them to want us back, or even try and go back into a situation with them that didn't even work out to begin with. But we think maybe this time it will, even though things have not materially changed in any way. And surely this is setting ourselves up for future heartbreak and failure further down the line. But the heart is in pain and looking for a relief from this pain and anxiety, so we are often not thinking rationally. Did you know that heartbreak causes the same parts of the brain to be activated as when we break a bone? That's probably why it hurts so much. In fact, if you think about it, it's actually kind of worse. We often forget the pain from an injury over the years. However, the pain of losing someone that we love can actually last months, years, or even a lifetime. That's why it's so important that we learn to get past this pain in the best way possible. Now, I must add a disclaimer. The technique of getting over somebody you love that I'm about to describe isn't to be used to heal a heart from the pain of losing someone that you very much admire, care about, and don't wish to tarnish the memory of them. So for example, your parent dies, maybe your mother or your father has passed away, and you were very much in love with them, you very much cared about them, and you had a lot of respect for them. I would never ever recommend using this technique in order to try and stop thinking about them or to let go of them. This technique is more for getting over someone that you were in a relationship with romantically, who broke your heart. You were maybe in an unhealthy relationship with them and you were trying to move past them. Let's just say this video is about how to get over your ex using psychology-based methods. Now, if you want to know why it's tough to get over someone you love, i.e. an ex, then watch my video on why you are struggling to let go, which will give you some basic grounding so that you're able to understand why the technique I'm going to be describing today will help you in the long run. And this video is available in the pop-up above my head, either here or here, I'm not really sure, and it will give you handy techniques on how to feel happy and loved in life. But today I'm going to discuss how to get over your ex. So let's get to it. I want to briefly summarize. We often associate a lot of happy chemicals and hormones with one particular person. So when we leave this person or they leave us and we're not getting the good dose of these triggers anymore and these happy chemicals, our bodies go into panic mode. Therefore, using this knowledge and more knowledge on how the brain operates, we can use the technique I'm going to give you today to actually rewire ourselves, the way we think, and to deal better with the breakup that you are going through. So what is this technique I'm talking about? Well, I want you to make a list and be descriptive as you can when making this list. And in this list, I want you to write down every bad and negative thing your ex did. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I know we're told to think the best of people, and in most case scenarios in life, that's how we should behave. However, when we're trying to get over somebody and we're going through a breakup, if we behave this way and have this mentality, we're actually going to find it even harder to let go of somebody because we are looking at them in rose-tinted glasses. and we're increasing their value in our eyes. We're subsequently filling ourselves with regret, anxiety, and pain. Our brains are very good at reminding us about all the happy times we've had with somebody. Therefore, we need to force our brains to remember that it wasn't all plain sailing and sunshines and rainbows. And this is one of the main reasons that we're here and in this situation of a breakup to begin with. So in this list, I want you to write down every bad memory that you have with your ex, and I want you to be very specific about it. So for example, say for example, they made a nasty comment about you. Maybe they said you've put on a bit of weight. Maybe they said your hair is falling out a bit. Maybe they said, oh, have you noticed you're balding a little bit? Maybe they said it in a much more meaner or nastier way. Maybe they screamed at you because you burnt their food, or you did something that was a mistake, like you gave them the wrong directions and you were both sitting in a car. Or maybe they were constantly late to your dates or to family meetups. And another one that is very, very common, maybe they were just using you for sex, an ego stroke, or just something to do. I want you to write it all down and try and put dates if you can. Also, I want you to put down any physical aspects that you didn't like about your ex. So maybe they chewed loudly, maybe they left the toilet seat up, or maybe they even had smelly feet, or, BO. I want you to write it down. Now, what writing all of this down will do is help you to take off those rose-tinted glasses. It will balance out your perspective about the relationship, and it will help you to take your ex off a pedestal, which is vital if you want to move on. If you keep thinking they are amazing, which your brain will gladly remind you of, since all it wants is its dopamine and oxytocin hits again, then you will absolutely struggle to let go. When you remind yourself that they were not so great, you begin to associate more negative feelings with this person instead of having good ones, and you will be able to let go a lot quicker. Especially if you also combine this technique with finding alternative ways to get your dopamine and oxytocin hits, which I mentioned in my other video, you are very much likely to get over a person very quickly. So to summarize, combining negative feelings with somebody and finding other ways of satisfying your body's needs for happiness and love will help you to let go of somebody quicker and more effectively. It's not often enough to just try and make ourselves happy by doing self-care. Yes, this is also important, but if we were still putting somebody on a pedestal, we will never truly be able to let go of them and move on completely. We need to take them off this pedestal. And then we need to combine the self-love techniques with taking them off this pedestal, and this is how you're going to get over this person. And this is why this technique is so useful. Now, this list or diary should be kept for reference. So whenever you feel like you're starting to obsess over this person or you're starting to miss them again, I want you to pull it out and have a read of it. Maybe add in some new points when you randomly remember something. Add it in. I want you to look back on it whenever you feel you need to. I also highly recommend not looking at their pictures or pictures of you together in happier times with them, and especially avoid their social media, since all it will do is increase your regret and longing for them. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. Now, I'm not saying hate them, but what this technique will definitely do is help you to fall out of love with them. You can absolutely use this even if in the future you want to give that person another chance. The reason being that when you fall out of love with somebody, you're starting with a clean slate. When the ex does come back in the future, for whatever reason you want to maybe give them a second chance, you will look at things more objectively to see if things have changed and if they're worth giving it a second chance without them being on a pedestal, having all of these residual feelings for them. And you won't have those rose-tinted glasses on anymore, and that's very important. Additionally, we usually lose feelings of hatred a lot quicker than we lose feelings of love. So don't worry about this temporary feeling of anger when you remember all the bad things that they've done. It will definitely pass. Sometimes we need fire to soften us so we are ready to be molded again and become much stronger. So when you use this technique in conjunction with the other techniques I've mentioned in my previous video, while you're struggling to let go, you will be giving yourself the best chance possible. Be patient with yourself, be consistent, and you will see the changes happen. Now, let me know in the comments below how you got over your ex, what you're doing in order to get over your ex, and any tips you found really useful during this process. Thank you so much for watching.